What is going on? This is Isaiah, and we have a good video for you today, man. Today, I'm going to be talking about 15 things that made me a profitable trader, right? I'm going to break down a lot of things that, like limiting beliefs that I had to break through or things that I had to learn, all right? Now, before I go into this video, I want to break this down and I want to preface this and let you know for the last year, I have literally showed up every day and traded. I've learned. I've watched literally 100 videos. I've spent a lot of time, uh, you know, committed to getting better at this because I knew the the potential of this thing, right? Stock option trading. I don't trade forex or anything like that. I like stocks, right? So I want to preface that and let you know, like, I really, really, really put a lot of time into this, right? I'm not trying to be a guru. I'm just sharing my journey and the things that I overcame to get where I'm at. And I'm about to go, we going to the moon, right? So, um, first thing, first thing that I learned is it's not about being a profitable trader, right? It's about being a profitable human being. So everybody's trying to be profitable, right? In trading, but their personal habits are shitty, are horrible, are not profitable, right? So if you want to be a profitable trader, you have to be a profitable human being. And that profitable mentality will carry on into all aspects of your life. So if you want to get into the profit in trading, you got to work on yourself in every single category and aspect, and it got to be very intense and intent, right? So that's the first thing, right? Don't be a profitable trader, be a profitable human being. Stop trying to be a profitable trader and focus on being a profitable human being. Have profitable habits and all of that good stuff, all right? So the next one, learn to admit when you're wrong. I have had to learn to admit when I'm wrong in trading, and now in life, I take those things with me as well, right? Um, you could be in a trade and you could clearly see it's going into the opposite direction, right? Let's say you get into a call and you think it's going up, and then you down $80, right? You down 4%, 5%, whatever, and you still in the trade. You need to learn to admit when you're wrong and cut your losses. Point blank, period. You need to learn to admit when you're wrong. Most people don't look at it as, oh, I'm admitting when I'm wrong. They just think, oh man, I'm in this trade, it's gonna do what it's gonna do. No, you need to admit when you're wrong. You can always get in on a put if you're in a call, and you can always get on a call if you're in a put. But you need to learn to admit when you're wrong, right? First thing. The second thing. The next one is patience, right? I have a friend that says uh, stock option trading is just, or the stock market is just patient people taking money from impatient people. That's all it is when you really think about it, right? How many times have you gotten a trade, you got out, and then it went up? You was just being impatient, right? It's happened to me. It happened to me the other day. I'm always working on my patience, right? And I've gotten so much better. But if you understand that patience is so important, it'll change a lot about your life, right? The more patient I got, the better my entries got. When I started, my entries were very horrible, and I was always within 2 minutes or within 20 seconds, I was always down 3 to 5%. And I'm like, damn, right? I want to get in trades and ride the wave. And so I had to get patient and wait for the setups before I really got into the trades, and I've been getting better and better and better. All right. Next thing is it's you versus you, right? When you got your computer, you got your phone, and you about to take a trade, it's you versus you. That's all it is, right? It's just you versus you, nobody else. And so you have to understand that you can only be mad at yourself. If you lose money, you can only be mad at yourself. If you make money, you did that. It's you versus you. If you feeling certain types of feelings and emotions, feel it, but at the same time, you got to understand that that's you. So you got to learn how to take extreme accountability for every single thing that you're doing. Sometimes you overtrade, right? And you need to understand and learn how to stop overtrading. You have to just stop it because that's not doing anything for you. But it's you versus you. So you are the reason why you're where you're at, wherever you're at. All right. The next thing, manage your emotions. I'm pretty sure you've heard this a lot, but you got to learn how to manage your emotions. I don't get hyped if I make 40% on the trade, right? In the beginning, I would get hyped when I made a certain amount of money, right? I made $400 in a day. I was hyped, right? I was feeling good. I was super confident and everything, right? But what about when you lose 400? What about when you lose 500? What about when you down on a day? Am I supposed to be mad the whole day? No, right? You got to manage your emotions. And when you're inside of the trade, you have to manage your emotions as well. Because what happens is, man, when I was first started trading, my hands would be all sweaty, right? My shirt would be wet like a wet rag. Cause I was just like in a trade. It was like the thrill. I'm like, oh shit, this is crazy, right? But I had to learn you got to manage all of that. So don't let the highs get you too high, and don't let the lows get you too low, because you got to focus on the execution of the thing. So if I get out of a trade, I don't know how much I made or lost until I'm done and I could go look at the P&L, simply because I'm not eyeballing the actual trade, like the dollar amount. I'm focused on the actual trade, the execution of that trade, right? That was a big game changer for me. The next one, the sixth one, you got to understand the rhythm of the market, right? And individual stocks. This is a big one for me. Certain stocks move in certain ways. Tesla moves crazy, right? SoFi moves super slow, right? So when you understand how these stocks move, you could get a better understanding of like what stocks you like, what stocks do you like to trade, right? And then the market, if you know that we're in a bull market and we just had 2 red days, then you know what's about to happen. That's just a setup to go to the upside, right? So you got to learn the rhythm of the markets. When the stock gaps up, can you see what's happening? When the stock gaps down, can you see what's happening? You got to learn the rhythm of the market. I've literally sat and watched stocks run up and run down, and I didn't take the trade, but I was just doing the mental reps because I was just learning the actual rhythm of the market. See, people got it messed up. They think that it's about getting in, trading, and just making millions of dollars immediately. No. Motherfuckers that is millionaires, they've been at this shit for 3, 5, 7, 10, 15 years. Yes, you could make a lot of money in a short period of time, but if you ain't really like that, from day one, you're going to have to go through the process. And even the people that made crazy money, they went through the process. They had to be disciplined. They had to learn all of this stuff, right? So you got to learn the rhythm of the market, and you got to understand the rhythm of stocks too. That's going to help you, and it's going to save you a lot of money, because it has saved me a lot of money, and it's made me a lot of money too in this short period of time of like full-time focusing on trading. The next thing that really took me to the next level is the value of money. I learned the value of money, but also at this point, money is just numbers on a screen. That's all it is. It's just numbers on a screen, right? I could get in a trade, I could be up, I could be down. It's just numbers on a screen, right? That's all it is. And so when you understand that money is just numbers on a screen, you ain't really worried about the facade, the bullshit, the mental games that the market may be playing, and it's affecting you, right? Money is just, man, it's just numbers on the screen. You could literally print money the same way that the Federal Reserve is printing money in stock options, right? Thousands of dollars a day. Like, the opportunity is massive at this point, right? The opportunity is so massive. So the value of money, man, I look at money completely different. But once I started looking at money like that, it's like a video game, right? You got points, or you got coins, or whatever you want to call it. That's how I look at it now, right? Eighth thing, nobody cares, and nobody is coming to save you. I want you to understand that nobody cares. You lost $1,000. It sucks, but like, man, don't nobody care. You had a red day, you on a losing streak, don't nobody care. Like, for real. If you married, your wife might care if that's your source of income, and you risky, right? You gambling. But besides that, man, Don't nobody care. So stop telling people, oh, I lost this amount of money in the market. No, you got to learn how to take that shit on the chin and keep it pushing, get better, and learn, right? The ninth thing, don't fear a red day. Do not fear a red day. Because when you see red, that means a couple things. We about to load up on our plays, on shares or calls, and we going back to the upside, or we just gonna ride it to the downside and keep riding it down to the downside. Because the best part about stock options is you can make money when a stock goes up and you can make money when a stock goes down. So it's like, it don't matter what the market do, as long as you know the skill set and you know how to look at this and make it happen. You could literally print money every single day of the year. Where we got 252 trading days a year. You could print money that much, and that amount of money that you print could be literally hundreds of thousands of dollars. All right, so you got to get in position. Don't fear a red day. The 10th thing, don't stay in a trade longer than you need to. Right, my mentor will say, don't overstay your welcome, but don't stay in the trade longer than you need to. Right, don't get greedy. Do not get greedy. Stop thinking that this stock is going to keep going and keep going. So you just think that it's going to infinitely keep going? It ain't never going to pull back. It ain't never going to drop. It ain't never going to reverse. No, that's ignorance, and that's a rookie. You got to learn when it's time to take them profits. On a day trade, on a swing trade, it don't matter. On a leap, you got to learn when to take them profits, right? Do not stay in a trade longer than you need to. And that leads me to the next thing, which is 5% and 10%. That stuff add up over time. It adds up over time. Stop getting greedy. Stop looking for the 100% plays. Stop looking for the 50% plays, right? They're going to come, but you got to look at it like baseball. If I continue to play baseball and I'm at the plate, right? Okay. If I get a single, and then the next person after me gets another single. The next person after me gets another single. Now we got bases loaded. And then the next person hits a home run. What do we call that? A grand slam, right? The base hits, they going to get you a grand slam. Base hits, they going to lead to a grand slam. So 5%, 10%, go do it. Because most people are working for $20, $25 an hour. And you could be in a trade, if you up $80, and you like, that ain't enough, and you up $80 within 4 minutes, how is that not enough when most people are working, you know what I'm saying, for a whole hour of their time? So it takes them 4 hours just to get that same $80 that you got in 4 minutes. This is called leverage, right? So, and that goes back to the value of money. Money is meant to be leveraged, not spent. Don't spend money. Once I got into options, I was like, oh, right? I was making money doing what I was doing. But when I got into options, I'm like, oh, this is really the play. Because all you need is money that you can leverage and use that money to make more money. That's how you do it. And so everything just clicked for me when I really got into the game and I got very serious about it. Right? The next thing, you can always get back in a trade. And that's why it's important to know when to get out. Because you can always get back in, right? So let's say I get in the trade. I think it's going up. So I get in the call. And then, you know, it starts to reverse. And I'm down $20, let's just say. All right, cool. Get out. If I see the trend is now going down, I could get back in within seconds onto the downside and go make the money I was expecting to make on a call, but I make it on a put to the downside. It's that simple. You can always get back in. All right. So always remember that. The next thing, you need to spend as much time with the charts as possible, because the charts are what's going to change your life. Right. So when I'm saying the charts, that's what I mean, yo. Right here. These charts right here will change your life. Right. I'm making this video right now, and the market is open, but when you start looking at these right here and you start understanding what's going on, this right here is how you print the money. When I first started, I had the charts, but I wasn't obsessing over learning the charts. right? But these charts right here, I don't care what the stock is. It could be Forex, it could be anything. When you learn how to trade with these charts, your life changes, right? The whole game is going to change for you. So please, please, please understand it's about learning them charts. Spend as much time as possible. In the beginning, it felt like a foreign language to me, but now I can speak it fluently, right? Money is a language. Languages are languages. Everything is a language, and you got to learn the language of trading. All right. The next thing that I learned that helped me become profitable, you got to learn how to trust yourself at the highest level. Trust yourself at the highest level. Once you get the knowledge and the information and you understand what's going on, you got to trust yourself at the highest level. Everybody else is going to be saying what they're saying. As long as you have a strategy and you have your strategy and you are convicted in your strategy and that strategy is backed based off of certain information, you got to trust yourself. And just because somebody been doing something for 6 years, sometimes they may not see what you see. That's how legends are created. If you're always listening to somebody else, you're never going to put yourself in a position to be a leader for yourself and for others, for your family, everything, right? Trust yourself. The next thing, right? Everything is speculation. This is the 15th thing. Everything is speculation. Everything. The whole stock market is speculation. Because I could say that this stock is going up. To me, that's speculation based on what I know, but that's speculation. Until it does it, it ain't real. Everything, what everybody's saying on the internet, on Twitter or X or whatever, on threads, it's all speculation. Now, some people have read the charts and they know what this is saying, but no strategy is 100%. No strategy in trading is 100%. Therefore, everything has a risk attached to it, and you got to assess that, right? And the bonus thing, so this is number 16, is risk management. You got to learn how to manage your risk, all right? So let's say some people will say only risk 1 to 2% of your portfolio. If you got $4,000 in your portfolio, that means you can only risk $40? No, right? You got to, the smaller your account, the more you're going to have to risk in order to build it up. But when you got $50,000, $100,000 in there, you could risk, what's 1%? Even on a $50,000 account, that's $500 on 1%, right? To me, that don't make sense. To some people, it might. Now, when you got, $200,000 in an account, and 1% of $200,000 is $2,000. I would still say, at least 5 to 10%, but as long as the risk makes sense to you and you not blowing up your account in one trade, that's what matters, right? Don't blow up your account in one trade. You should be able to take multiple trades per day and just, have an amount that you're willing to lose and be okay with that. You got to be okay with the risk that's attached to the trade, because you're not going to just make money every single day and never lose and never take no L's. But the key and the goal is to make sure that your losses are smaller than what you are making on your wins, right? And that's how you get into the profit. But I have so many things, man. I truly do love trading, no matter what the market is doing, simply because it's changed my life, right? I do it full time now. I quit my job, and it's just a skill set that nobody can take away from you. Not one person on this earth could take it away from you when you learn it. Now, learning it, I used to think it was hard. I used to be like, man, I don't think I could really learn that. But what happened was I just got in the pocket. I just learned. I just showed up every day, and it started making sense, right? So stop thinking it's going to take 4 years. It probably won't. If you smart, you can learn that joint in 2 weeks, couple days, and then you just gotta, repetition is the father of learning, and you just gotta keep learning and keep learning and keep learning. That's how the game go, right? So I truly do love trading and what it can do. And the best part about trading is you can use trading for however you want to use it. So let's say you got a car note. That car note is $800 a month. I'm not even a fan of car notes now. Because the more I got into stock options, I don't even want to spend money on nothing for real. I just want to trade, go to the gym, right? Take care of like myself and my life and keep building. That's personally what I want to do, right? But you could use trading however you see fit. Let's say you got some debt you want to pay off. All right. Let's say you got $3,000 on a credit card. Man, you could put some money into your brokerage account, learn how to trade. Within 2 months, you could go make $5,000, take $3,000 and pay that credit card down. Boom, you done. That's how powerful it is. You ain't got to work for the money. So you gotta submit yourself to the whole process of learning the skill set. I don't care what you're doing. You can swing trade, right? You ain't even got to look at the charts all day, every day. You can swing trade. You can do 2 trades a month and make $5,000, $10,000 in the right trades. Like, it's so many ways that you can do it, but you got to know what you're doing it for, and then you got to be really committed to that. No matter what nobody is saying, no matter what, what's going on, like people calling you boring, you don't want to do nothing, man. I don't care about all of that, right? What matters is learning this skill set so that no matter where you at in the world, you can open up your laptop, go into the stock market, and go print some money. And all I be thinking about is just like, man, during COVID, when stocks was going up by 20% in a day, dropping 20% in a day, so many millionaires was created. So now I fully understand it. I used to be a worker and a saver. I worked for money. I know how to make the money, and then I knew how to save the money. But now, knowing how to trade and invest, that's like steroids. Like, you really could hypercharge your finances when you learn how to trade. And then you don't need nobody. So if you're in a job you don't like being in, you could really get up out of that thing. But you gotta commit to learning the skill set. I can't say it enough. The skill set is what's gonna really change your life. It's about the execution. It ain't about the money. It ain't about the dollar amount. It's about the understanding and the wisdom and the knowledge, right? And everybody wants to be able to know how to invest. And that's another thing. When you do win in your trades, you can literally take some of that money and go buy shares of the stocks or your index funds. So you could literally invest more into your shares and your long-term portfolio from your proceeds of your options profits. That's a win-win. That's a win-win-win, right? So the money that you're working for, you should be focused on figuring out how to flip that money. And then when you flip that money, you take those profits and then you buy shares. And this is how people have been getting rich for years, like decades, right? This is how families be getting rich as fuck, is all doing it this way, right? People don't work for the money and then put it in stocks and that's it. No, they learn other ways how to make more money without working for the money. And then they flip that money into, shares for the long term. Because if you gonna hold a stock for 5 years, you know it's gonna be up. As long as it's a good company, you know it's gonna be up. We could look at any stock in the stock market that's a solid, valuable company, and over the past 5 years, it's done what it done, right? So that's what I want to say, man. That's how I became a profitable trader, was tapping into the information and the knowledge, not listening to nobody else that wasn't where I wanted to be, right? Watching over 500 YouTube videos that was specifically about trading. Like, I really committed to this. And in October, I was able to leave my job where I was making 6 figures, right? But this was a better situation for me, and it just made sense, right? So that's what I got for y'all today, man. Get out of your head and get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live. Always remember that. Get out of your head, all right? I'm going to see you on the next video. Peace.